We sailed into the Florida Keys last week after completing the 200 nautical mile trip from St. Petersburg. Ahead of us lay more than 400 miles of ocean sailing before we can call our first boat delivery done. We are Paige and Daniel, traveling with our Great Dane Winston on our 38-foot catamaran to see what lies beyond the horizon. Big thanks to those who support our adventures on Patreon, especially our awesome patrons. Go to patreon.com to see how you can become an awesome patron. We're getting ready to do another round of provisioning. Ruli has finally joined us. He is here. And Tony is going to make his way back home. I'm sure he is looking forward to his bed. I think we're all a bit tired after the past few days. So, yeah, next leg to our journey from Marathon to Fernandina Beach.
West Palm is the next stop.
West Palm will be the next stop. But in destination is Fernandina. So.
Welcome and goodbye to Marathon. We pulled in here yesterday afternoon after a pretty good overnight sail, some 160 some odd miles, and stayed the night here, had some lovely air conditioning, got some rest, and now we are on our way from Marathon to West Palm Beach, Florida. So that's another 164 nautical miles and another overnight sail. We do have a change in crew. We are saying goodbye to Captain Tony.
All right. Have a safe trip.
And we were saying hello to Captain Ruli. Tony got tired of us, so he's leaving.
No, that was the plan. It is going to be a very gentle ride today. We're expecting very calm seas, little to no wind. We're going to be motoring for probably another, oh goodness, maybe the first 80 miles from here up to Miami, and then we'll hit the Gulf Stream and some better wind by the morning, and we'll head on up to West Palm. But it's super calm right now, so no complaints.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the act,
It is a decidedly not windy day today, and it doesn't look like we're going to have a real windy day tomorrow or even the next at this point, but it's lovely still. You can't beat the pretty. Easy.
So guys, I spent the last couple of days like really kind of sick and gross, and I am feeling much better. So I'm sorry that we didn't get much footage past couple of days. Try to get some shots, but it is not pleasant when you're throwing up and you constantly feel like you're gonna throw up, and you can't stand up straight, you can't hold on to anything. There's not a lot of handholds in this cockpit. So boat deliveries. This is really interesting. Okay, guys, this is a completely different animal and a completely different experience because you don't know the boat, nobody knows the boat, and you're all trying to figure out the systems and which switches do what and what's wrong with the boat, because there's always going to be something wrong when you purchase a new boat. You just don't know what it is. Today is going to be a very long, slow motor day. Once we get into the Gulf Stream, it'll be a lot better. We'll pick up some speed and go faster, but right now, this is kind of a slow trek. Very light wind, but at least I'm not throwing up, so there's that.
hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone.
It's 260 feet below us, and we're a few miles offshore, and it's time for a swim. Man overboard! How is it?
It's like a bar.
Of course, I'm not gonna jump, okay? I'm just gonna get in. Like an old lady.
Just jump.
No, I don't wanna jump.
Why?
Guys, I don't like jumping in water. It's not my thing.
Oh, darling.
It's not my thing. I'm so glad that really jumped in the water.
He did.
That we could experience that. Oh my god. No, the boat's leaving. Wow.
I'll hop back on.
259 feet, 260 feet.
You gonna go get some sand?
Yeah.
Pocket sand.
Failed.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, salty.
Yeah. You definitely want to rinse off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a pool. It's just a pool.
It is. It feels so warm.
It's an occasional little cool spell.
Yeah.
I'll have to do this a lot more often.
Your mother will probably be very upset when she sees this.
Why will she be upset?
Jumped off the boat in the middle of the ocean
Oh my
in the Gulf Stream.
My mother will be very upset. I think we found some wind. Yay!
So as tight as we're gonna get, it's almost on. It's on the shroud.
Now we're sailing. We finally got a heel.
After a long day of motoring, that is the best sound in the world. So we are now in West Palm Beach after a fairly simple overnight again. And we're just waiting for some traffic to clear before we head in, grab some fuel, and continue our journey northward. The conditions are just too right to pull in and stay when we don't have to. We're itching to get back to Fernandina ASAP. So top up fuel, hit the road again.
And Daniel says that it was a fairly, nice evening or something, but it was actually really probably too slow. Thank goodness we had the Gulf Stream with us, so we were just hopping and skipping down the Gulf Stream with pretty much no wind, and our little iron horse, aka the engine. We're sitting here at the inlet, and somebody made it here before we did, so I think they have the right of way. They're a lot bigger and a lot faster than we are, so we're just gonna wait. We don't want to be stuck in the inlet with them. And that massive wake they're gonna throw off. Any input, really?
Wake riding. Isn't that what we're gonna do?
So, you know, in Texas, there is a very, very healthy surfing community. And one of the things the surfing community there does is surf the wakes of the super tankers and massive cargo ships. That is a thing.
It's a thing in Texas. So.
Yeah.
The current's not too bad. You can still see it, but
Yeah.
now let's check out this wake that we're about to get.
He's in a hurry to get somewhere.
It's a dive boat. Those tourists got to go see the fish.
We are refueled and heading back out. We have plans to head to St. Augustine next, and that is another 200 some odd nautical miles from here. We did 166 in the last 24 hours. That's a very reasonable target. The Gulf Stream, it's definitely a thing. We don't have a stitch of canvas up, and we are motoring at like 2,200 RPMs, and we're hitting over 10 knots. It's a gigantic aqua conveyor belt, and I like it. I like it. So for those of you that might be wondering, this is incredibly boring. There's just not enough wind to sail. We're making great speed. We're doing almost 10 knots. So we're making great time, but we're just motoring. This is this is part of cruising, sailing life. Sometimes this is just what you do. 72 hours of just chugging along. It's the reality of it. It's not glamorous. It's not exciting. It's not sexy. Sometimes it's just what happens. Bring a book.
Alright, so I guess we're preparing ourselves for a little squall or storm coming through. Doing a little prep, a little mind game. Making sure that we're going to be ready to drop our sails when the time comes. And yeah, we're going to get through it. No worries. Not worried at all. We'll have our vest and our tethers, and we'll get a little wet, right? It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I might have jinxed this when I said it's boring and not exciting, and that's just sometimes it's sailing. And yeah, I might have spoken a bit too soon, as per usual.
Okay, so the problem with not having radar is that this could be a really quick storm and be over in like 10, 30 minutes, or it could last for hours, and we just don't know because we don't have live radar on this boat. So, and we don't have any kind of reception to get radar on our cell phones and devices. So it's fun, right?
Yeah, it's like doing it old school.
All right, so after some looking at the storm, really doesn't think that the storm is going to be that bad because you can see light through these storm clouds, through everything. So it will get wet. There'll be some wind and excitement, but it won't be an all-night ordeal. So thank goodness.
Yeah, you just kind of see the layers of the storm. It's dark there, and then as it gets lighter, like right there, like that's the heavy dark part. And if that heavy dark part continued all the way down, then that would be meaning it's all heavy and stuff. But that's gonna be the heavy stuff, and then it's gonna be not as heavy there.
Isn't that kind of what I said? I'm pretty sure I said the same thing, but whatever.
It is exactly what you said, but I was just helping with the graphic for the folks at home.
See, I'm disappointed. I was waiting for a biblical flood, and it's not going to happen. maybe tomorrow.
Or in the middle of the night, that'd be even better. Right?
Yeah. Your shift. Oh, number one. You need different little bit. Eat all the provisions. And then we just go sleep. It'll be okay when we wake up.
Leave all the sails up, the boat will take care of itself.
Alright, so go team.
There, good team.
Yay! No, but seriously, most important thing is to stay calm.
Okay, so we are prepped. The only other thing we're going to do, we're going to add some water, we're going to add some snacks. Just so we fuel up and we're ready to go. Then we're going to drop the sails, jib first, main second, make sure the main is buttoned up so it doesn't flap during a squall. And then we just hunker down.
So the thing is that this system can miss us completely, but we would rather be prepared and ready for it than surprised.
It's a lot easier to open up the hatches and everything afterwards instead of trying to do it when it's blowing 30 knots and everything is. I know that everything is set and we're ready and we're good, we're solid. It's just ironic that the last time we were offshore at Cape Canaveral at sunset, shit got crazy.
Okay, so my question to you, will you prepped as you are prepped now?
No, because we there wasn't like a storm like this. It was just like the winds just picked up, out of nowhere. So,
and do you think you're a better sailor today than what you were back then?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I mean, we already put a reef in, because that's what we were going to do before going to bed anyway. As the sun set, we went ahead and put a reef in, even though it wasn't needed. And then it picked up, and we're like, let's get that second reef in, and we did it. And having the experience that we have now, it wasn't the thing, but it's still that you go back into your memory, and your brain messes with you.
Yeah, this is the one that Daniel still is processing. Fair?
Fair. I mean, when a wave crashes over your 38-foot boat over the target and you get a bucket dropped on you, it's a defining memory. The rule for capsizing a boat like this.
Okay, so a keel boat this size can only be capsized by a breaking wave that's at least a third or half the length of the boat. So we have to be in a breaking wave of about 20 feet. That's the only thing that's big enough to save this boat. No wave, no wind can do this, unless it's full sail.
Right.
So we're not going to be in 20-foot breaking wave seas. That's
we got our sails up. We're actually going to be sailing through the rest of the night. Hopefully, all the wind is cooperative from here on out. But yeah, really was awesome. He prepped us and got us mentally ready as well as physically ready. So for everything to expect.
Yeah, I think it was great. It's just a front that came through with a little bit more wind than rain actually. We got wet like we expected, but that was wetness from the waves. I don't think you actually think it actually rained on us. Yeah, good little squall.
All right, we're coming off our last overnight sail, and we are greeted with dolphins. Guys, dolphins never get old, okay? It is always exciting. Never gets old, does it? So is this your biggest fish on this fishing trip?
Biggest fish I ever caught. Barehanded.
Barehanded. It's so pretty. I mean, that is so neat.
It's mid-afternoon again on our last day, and looks like we're gonna get some. We might actually get wet this time from the air instead of just the sea. We'll still have to see. But we're about 20-25 miles from the Fernandina Inlet, and it cannot be without some action. What's the plan here, Skipper?
I'm shooting the gap. There's a little bit of sky that is less dark than the other bits. So that's the one that we're aiming for. And hopefully we will get less wet than we would if we just plowed right into it. We're putting on our jackets now and our life vests. So we are safe and mostly dry, or a little dry.
Half dry.
After.
I'm gonna put my jacket on now.
I feel like yesterday was like a little pre-trial before today because this is a lot. I don't know. It doesn't. There's lightning in this one, and lots of rain. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get wet.
Despite what it may look like, it's actually lighting up a little.
We are about to make our last final turn.
The big turn into the St. Mary's Inlet.
How many days? 6 days.
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah. Yeah, we left Marathon 2 days, 11 hours, and 427 miles ago.
And our first day was on Wednesday. So we left on Wednesday morning, and today is...
Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. Monday evening.
Is it 5 or 6?
5.
Okay.
Left the dock Wednesday, 8 a.m. Hopefully hit the dock Monday, 8 p.m. So someone do that math and leave a comment.
Tell me about the lights.
So if I line the lights up, then we're on the dividing line between Florida and Georgia. So, Georgia, Florida, Georgia, Florida.
Well done, Merle.
Go ahead, like and subscribe to join us in our next adventure.